plugged in, but I don't know if it's working. Driving home from work, day shift, takes forever. School holidays, traffic shouldn't be this bad, but it is. It'll take me a bloody an hour to get up here, just up here to cross this intersection up here. The worst part of the trip home. Day shift. Night shift, straight down the freeway. I'm not going the freeway at the moment. Freeway, 35, 40 minutes I'm home. Today could take an hour and a half, 2 hours to get home. It's 3:45. Probably 5:30 I'll be home. Be dark, be nearly dark by then. Excuse me. Got a bit of snot build up. I was sick a few days ago over Easter. I just the Vicks, stick the Vicks thing up your nose and snort it. That's all I did. Got rid of it in 2 days, 3 days. The runny nose part, now it's just all the green stuff. Nearly all gone. It's just a little bit there. You can hear it. You can probably hear it while I'm talking. Sounds like I'm talking through my nose a little bit. What's going on? Yeah, I thought I'd go live and see who popped in. Break the news about the channel, whether I rename it or just, I don't know if I can start a new one under the same account. I don't know. All the dollies are gone. They went yesterday. $270 to post it. $270 to post 3 boxes. Jesus. 2 weeks. Yep, 3 boxes. Can't wear those. Just can't read the freaking phone screen. The medium duty boxes from Bunnings, brand new, whatever they are, $4 each. Far out. He paid it, so that's good. He put what I said for the saws. So basically, he just paid for the 116 and the 152, and I threw the rest of the parts in for free, basically. He put the money in our account while we're driving to where we're camping, Bundalong or Wangaratta. Actually, it was while we're at work on the Wednesday night. He put the money in. Was it? No, we're driving to Wang. Or driving home. Or I can't remember what it was now. I was sitting in the passenger seat. I don't know if it was the car or a truck, but he put 200 in for postage because I got quotes for pack and send, so they come and pick it up like Send will do, but they've got to be under or 20 kilos and under or something. We got a quote. They said $240 or something, and then that was for 3 boxes the same size, and then I managed to get them into 2 boxes the same size and a smaller box. So we just guessed the weight, and then they upped the bloody price to $400 or something dollars for them to come and pick it up and then take it there. So while we were at work Wednesday night, Kieran bought a bloody, like a veggie bag scales, like what they used to weigh spuds and that on. She bought those from bloody Amazon, and it came the day we went up to Wang, which was Thursday. So I opened the box yesterday, when we got home. Was it when we got home or yesterday morning? Plugged it in, weighed the boxes. They were actually, so for Australia Post, they've got to be under 20 or up to 22 kilos. But the boxes Oz Postal accept is up to 1 metre by 1/2 metre by 1/2 metre. These boxes are only 500 by 400 by 400. I think they are, something like that. So one box was 21 and a bit. The other box was 22.8, and the small box was 11.8. So I had to open the boxes, open the box that was heavy and put it in the other one. So I got them under 22 kilos, but they still charged $100 for one box. $56 for the small box, and whatever the rest was for the other box. But I looked on the docket and it said between 22 and 25 kilos. They were all under 22 kilos. I don't understand how it was over when it was under. Doesn't matter. He put the money in last night, the $70 difference or whatever it was, and she's done. They're gone. Ash got the Promax 700 on Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday. He messaged me on, it might have been Friday. Because we only had enough service to have either Facebook open or like one page open on the phone. So I could watch YouTube videos, but I have to sit there and wait for it to buffer a bit, and then I fell asleep Thursday night watching Robbie. I think I was watching, just sitting in the chair because it was too early to go to bed, and on that I only managed to nap a few times on the way up there. Guess what you got to do, because no one wants to pick. Yeah. Well, I had them packed, ready for this other company, but then they upped the friggin' price, and then they wanted us to take them to Werribee to drop them off at their bloody depot. We got the quote for them to come and pick it up. It's a shame Sendle went out of friggin' business. They were the best. Pack the box to come and pick it up from your friggin' doorstep. See you later. They'd email the tracking information to whoever's receiving. Apparently they're still in operation everywhere other than Australia. So they're in America, bloody New Zealand, everywhere but here. Probably people sending stuff they shouldn't be sending and not declaring it. Maybe that's my guess. There's a box you got to tick if it's dangerous goods or not, and people mustn't have been ticking it. Who knows? It's friggin' Australia. Bloody $215 to fill this morning. Getting ridiculous. Only gives me bloody 4.5 days work. It's not even. That's like half of a quarter of what I make, basically, just to fill the ute. One shift, basically, just to put fuel in the ute. Going the back way. Look at the cars behind me. That was a mint spot we camped. Probably would it be 50, 60 meters of beach. We were camping on sand. It wasn't. It was hard enough to drive on, and the wheels wouldn't. Bundalong South. We could drive the car on it, on this sand. The wheels wouldn't even sink. Like, it's sort of compacted. But if you took your shoes off and walked in it, you'd sink. It was a mint spot. Like 4 of my steps into the water, it was up to my neck. You're going there again. I had to pull branches down off trees to get there, so no one went there in a 4-wheel drive, but you need a 4-wheel drive to get in there. Some of the bloody drop-offs and stuff, just to get to where we're going, we needed to be in that car. I could get there in the ute, but yeah, that'd be doable. Need to take a saw. There's bloody red gum trees down over tracks, and we had to go around or find another track to go around to get around it, because there was people out there, but no one took a bloody saw with them to cut it up to get it off the track. We could have winched one of the trees out of the way, but I thought, nah, like I was thinking to myself, we'll give it a crack, but then Kieran was like, oh, we'll just turn around, go around. Oh, no. Bundalong South. It's about half an hour out of Wangaratta. Not towards Yarrawonga though. We crossed the river and went the opposite way because we'd seen a few of these spots. Well, the first spot we were going to that I screenshotted on the maps, there was already a couple there that camping when we got there, so we just kept driving. I had a look on the map, found the next beachy spot that looked on the map, and we went straight to that. That's where we ended up. It was mint. No one had been in there. I had to break the branches off the trees because it would have hit the bull bar, one of the branches. So I just grabbed it, snapped pretty much nearly the whole branch off. Mum was, Jesus, they come up and disappear real fast. Dave, we're on way. Oh yeah. Bundalong Tavern. Well, we passed the pub. I forget the name of it now. We passed the pub on Monday when we left and it was closed. It was 3 o'clock. It's a mint spot. 2 carp the whole time. One was, the small one was probably 55 centimetres and the big one was 74. And I actually took a slice off the smaller one and tried it. It's just like cod. Can't believe it. No one else wanted to try it. I only had a small piece of the tail fillet. I took a fillet out of the shoulder, but it still had the red. It had the bloody flesh piece. I cut that off, and I thought, well, there's not much left there, so I chucked it in the water, and then a little yabby come out of one of the trees that was on our side of the bank. I tried to grab him with my hand, but he got away. And then I just chucked the skin, the couple of pieces of flesh that I filleted off in my metal shrimp net, as I say, bait trap, to try and get the yabby, and he didn't come back out. But the first gosh, I didn't even say hello. I didn't even see those 3 chats. It's about 1 o'clock. We got there at I don't even know what time. We left home before the sun came up after work on Thursday morning. We stopped at Burger Hill in Wallen for a coffee. No, did we or what? I can't remember now. My memory's stuffed. Yeah, we stopped at Burger Hill, I think. Stopped in at Wang at Aldi to get supplies. We forgot friggin' ice for our ice box. for the drinks to save the fridge. Well, we got oodles of power for my machine to sleep at the night time. It was a bit too quiet to sleep. When we got there and set up, I ran it for about an hour to charge the batteries because it was only saying 38% in the batteries, but they were fully charged before we left home. So I think when we put the monitor, it tells you how much power, so we knew how power we had left and how much it's drawing and how much is going in, blah blah blah. I must have bumped the buttons putting it back into the battery box because it's on a 6 meter cable. It's supposed to be mounted in the bloody control panel, but there's enough room, but I don't think it'll reach when it's set up. So I just put it all back in the battery box and then I pulled it out and say I bumped the buttons getting it out, and it said 38% or something. But then when I plugged the solar panel in, or plugged it into, when I put the control panel, say it, don't spray it, when I plugged the control panel in, it said 89%. So I put 89% on the little battery monitor, and then I just turn the fuel off to the generator, let it run out. Hello, I can't see who that is. I can't read your name, sorry. I'll have a look when I stop again, which will be 1k down the road, 1 kilometre down the road. Let the fuel run out of the generator, and it just sat there for the rest of the 4 days. With the old batteries, during the day I'd have to have two 250 watt solar panels plugged into the solar controller just to get enough power to run the fridge during the day, and then as soon as the sun would go down I'd have to turn the generator on with a battery charger plugged in to survive through the night with my machine, the fridge, and one of the strip lights that we used to light up the NX, which draws one amp hour. It draws 1 amp hour. I plugged 2 in while we're camping. I plugged 2 in because you can plug as many as you want into one thingo, and it only pulls 1 amp hour. Now I've upgraded the, what do you call it? Something going on with my internet. Yeah, upgraded from a 400 watt power inverter to a cutting out hard. Yeah, I know. It must have been where I was. Am I back on now? 2 minutes. So we're going from the battery box that I used to take out and run the shower. Used to run the shower, or the pump, the water pump for the shower. And my machine, ceiling fans through summer, I bring the battery box in to sit it on the bed in the camper. We don't sleep up there, we sleep on the floor. We just pull the mattress off, sleep on the floor because there's more room. And that gets used as like our bags and stuff, or whatever, blankets and sleeping bags and whatever else don't get used. And my machine sits up there now. I used to have it beside me in the tent, but it's a bit of a pain in the bum. So now it sits up there. That was a 98 amp deep cycle AGL battery. Is it AGL? Just a lead acid gel battery, whatever they are, just 98 amp hour. That was that one. That was, and the two main ones that run that power the whole campsite, they were 138 amp hours, so 276. So may as well say 380 or something amp hours, but you can only drain them to 50% capacity, so weren't even getting 115 or 138. Well, I think one was 138, the other one was 115, or I don't know, whatever it is. So might as well say 60, 120, 160 amp hours basically of usable power before you got to recharge the bloody things. But I had to have them plugged in all the time to get the fridge above 12 volt, or the power in the camper above 12 volts. You can tell the fridge to cut out when it only uses a quarter of the power, but when you got, like if it's just me and Kieran that goes camping, we don't have to open the fridge every 5 minutes because we're not bored. So now we've got 300 amp hours with 240 amps, 240? 83 8s of 24. Yeah, 240 volts, 240 amp hours of power before the batteries need recharging. As soon as the sun comes up, well, where we're camping, it didn't pop over the trees until about 10 o'clock in the morning. But as soon as it's, like it is right now, cloudy, you got the UV rays, it pulls charge. Not much, but as soon as the sun hits it, it's at like 2-3 amps of power it's pulling from the sun, and it'd be fully charged by 11:30. It'd only take like an hour or something. Be fully charged. I'd follow the sun all day to just use what the sun's putting in to power the fridge, because we didn't need the lights. It was only the fridge that was plugged in, or if we're charging tablets or phones or torches or lights, We ran the shower from those little 12 amp power packs from King's. We actually got those to play games on our mobile phone, but they're supposedly will run a fridge up to 12 hours. So that ran the shower all three, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all 4 nights. It ran showers, and they were still fully charged when we left. Can't get over it. Don't need to use the generator anymore unless something really happens, like if it's raining, if it's actually raining. The solar panel doesn't pull any charge, but we should have to run the fridge. One of those 100 amp batteries will run a fridge for, I think they said 8 or 9 days. We've got 2 in series. And did I miss any? Oh, you got kids 3, kids 2. Darcy, yeah. Yep. I was on the phone to Mum yesterday, Josh. Video called up for, I think we were on the phone for like 2 hours. She had to go friggin' grandma's foot, something wrong with it or something, so she had to take her something. Take or inject into it or something. I can't remember what she said now. No more generator. No. Nice quiet night's sleep. All you hear is the friggin' cicadas and crickets and the cod buffing. Fishing rods going off. Kieran woke me up, what was that, Saturday morning? Saturday morning? Friday morning. No, it wasn't Friday morning, it was Saturday, 1 o'clock in the morning or midnight or something. Yeah, Saturday. I left them in. I left three rods in every night. Load them up with 4 big shrimp. Put the bells on. I had the bells on from Friday. No, Thursday night. I caught the first carp. Actually, no, I had a cod on the rod Saturday morning when I woke up at 4:30. There was a cod on one of the rods that I got from Amazon. They're mint. Telescopic bait caster with the spin cast reels. You know, they're like an egg beater. The line does this inside it. I got them to teach Alea and Ariana how to fish, because you just press the button, and when you want to cast it, you just release your thumb from the button and away it goes. But they didn't touch a bloody fishing rod the whole time. I was the only one fishing. Kieran didn't fish, the girls didn't fish. I sat on the friggin' kayak and capsized it straight away. The 98 amp hour battery, I took that to run the electric motor. With that and me sitting on it, it's too much weight. As soon as I sat on it, it went like that. It just capsized. And I was drowned. The battery fell to the bottom of the river. I had to pick it up and take it out. Rod holder went for a swim too, and a full bottle of water. Ariana found the rod holder and the bottle of water. I had to pick up the battery. So I took the battery out, tried the kayak again, and as soon as I sit in it, it starts sinking. So I need to either put stabilizers on it, or that's it, just leave that kayak as a kid's kayak, because Ariana spent 3 days, she ran the battery flat. She cruising around the river in the friggin' kayak with the electric motor going for 3 days and ran it flat. Got stuck on logs, and I wasn't swimming out there to save her, so she had to work out how to get off. She put it in reverse and got it off there, but I worked out, because I mounted it on the side of the kayak, it doesn't have a rudder, so it's basically a paddle one, but it's got holes in the back. Apparently it's to fit a fish finder, but I reckon you could put a rudder on it. But I had to, while I was swimming and Ariana was cruising around, I was watching what she was doing with the steering, and I worked out while she was cruising around where it's got to be on her body, because she's sitting like it's a fair distance from the motor to where she's sitting, but for me it'd be right next to me, if you know what I mean. So I had to work out where she had to put it on her body, which was right on her side, the handle that was straight. She'd put it there for a second and then she'd forget, and then it'd start turning on her and going for a bloody tree or something, so she'd have to think quick to try and get it moving. But all it wanted to do was turn left all the time, because the motor's on the right hand side of the kayak. So anyway, she cruised around the river for 3 days. It wasn't flat, but it wasn't pairing along like it was the first 2 days. A layer would only go in the water to her ankles. I sort of dragged her in there once, but then she cracked it. She cracked it and wouldn't go anywhere near me after that. She would have loved it. I've got a little video. I'll send it to you when I get home. Of her driving up and down. That was Sunday. You think it was Sunday or Saturday? Saturday. It's a 2-speed Minn Kota for a kayak. The cheapest ones you can buy. $180 cost me. Cheap. And you can trawl with that. That's what I was going to do. I was going to jump in the bastard and drag a lure up and down the river, but as soon as I sat in it, I capsized. I was like, oh well, that was a waste of money. But then I thought, nah, Ariana's got 3 days out of it, so I just got to chuck some stabilizers on it and I could probably use it, but I want to mount the motor right at the back, so I'll have to sort of make the tiller arm longer. It comes with a longer one, but it needs to be longer for me to put it right at the back. Then I won't reach the switches. I don't think. I might be able to. I might be able to reach the switch. The 2-speed forward and reverse. So you control both speeds, I reckon. Just depends on what lures. All my reels and rod. All the rods I purchased before I went there, they're all mint. No sideways. A week? Jesus, got a life. Don't leave me with him anymore. Far out. Could have decked him today. Sideways? What do you mean sideways? Side chat. Catcher, got a boot. Kids sell all the sauce too. Good on them. Well, I got the kayak for $50 from Marketplace. There was a tree. He had 3 in the photo, 3 sideways. Oh, yeah. I just got the cheapest one. Come with a kayak mount. Oh yeah, I'll get all the plan to get all that later on soon. $50 for the kayak. The listing was 3. It had 3 kayaks. One yellow one, which was like I don't know if it was a kid's one or like just the base model. A blue camo one, and an orange and black sort of camo painted one. It was like $175 he had on the thing. So I messaged him. I said, "Is that for all 3 or for each?" I was prepared to pay $175 for one. He replied, probably an hour later, he said, I just sold the yellow one and the blue one. Blue one was $50, the yellow one was $25, and the orange one is the only one I got left. It's $50. I said, where's the pickup location? He said, Yarraville. I said, oh, could I come and pick it up tomorrow? Because I work night shift. It was too late. I was actually on my way to work when he replied. He said, yeah, no worries. How's 1:30 sound? I said, yeah, that's all right. He goes, you send me his address. He said, see you then. I was like, sweet. It was only a picture of the kayak. So I'm like, I've got to get a seat. I've got to get life jacket, you know, all that sort of stuff. So I went there to pick it up, and overnight he found an oar. What sort? Like one of those camo ones? Yeah. It's the orange and black. It's like a primal one, or the King's one. It's like the King's one, but you can't buy them anymore. It's like a sort of like a clone of a primal one. There is a brand on it, but I don't know if it's the brand. It's only on the handles on the side of it. So I've rocked up there. He's found the seat, he's found the paddle, and he's found the rod holder. The bungs, the two the waterproof, or the bags that go inside the hatches. He goes, you better, the bungs are there, they're not real good, so you better get some new bungs. So I'm going to the BCF now anyway to get that electric motor. So I got new bungs for it, but the packet I got only had 4. The kayak needs 6. 6 of the ones that go in the floor, and then you got the one at the back, like a boat bung that you come out. It's got the little keeper on it. They come with that, but not the. It's missing 2 of the other ones, so I just chucked 2 of the original ones in, and it held water the whole time, so I don't think they would leak. Because when I capsized it, I didn't tip all the water out, so Ariana was cruising around the river with water in the boat as well as. Anyway, it was probably the best camping trip we've had, I reckon. I couldn't keep cheese on the hook for 2 days because bloody crays keep knocking it off, and the shrimp would bloody hammer it down from a square into a circle, and then the crays would come along and steal it. But I managed to get that 78 centimetre cod on the one small cube of bloody cheese. Chuck worms on the hook, cast it out, the shrimp would absolutely hammer them, so I give up on that idea after a day. They stayed on the hook for, well, that one that the cod took stayed on the bloody hook for, I casted that out at about 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the afternoon, and it was still on the hook at 7:30. This was the day before the clock went back, and at 7:30, just on dark, that's when it's picked up the bloody cheese. That's when it hooked itself. Yeah, there's cod here. There's lots of rivers and stuff. There's cod in bloody Melton, but I can never catch one. Yeah, the river, we went to the Ovens River. runs out of the Murray. The Ovens, the Campaspe, Broken Creek runs out of the Murray, but actually it runs, Broken Creek runs to the Murray, but there's weirs in the way, so they can't, there's no cod above the weirs. There's cod in the res at Melton. They've put them in the 2 of the lakes in Melton, but I've never caught one. I've seen them caught. I haven't caught one. There's cod up where we caught that yellow belly, which is now swimming around in our fish tank, 47 centimetres. Up there. There's numerous places they stock them, but I haven't caught a stocked one. I've caught river. Only over Easter. I've not caught one on a fishing rod ever, like before that. If I did, it was only this big and I don't remember. Never caught one in Narromine. .78 centimetres was the biggest one on the weekend. And the smallest was probably 40. 40? Yeah, he's definitely bigger than my foot, so 40, 45 was probably the smallest. I ate one for the first time last night. Minty. I tried carp on the weekend. Probably the same as cod, the way I'd prepared it. I bled it out. I didn't eat a whole fillet, I ate it, you know, like a portion size. No, you got to bleed it out. Then the flesh doesn't smell like mud or... No, it didn't. It tasted like the cod. Cut its throat, hung it from a tree through its tail with my knife, bled it out for about 45 minutes to an hour. Fisheries turned up, then actually it was after I tasted it they turned up. I only cut a piece probably that big from the anal fin back, because I did actually take a slice off the shoulder, but it still had the red meat, the red flesh, and then I cut that blood flesh off, and there wasn't much left, so I thought, oh, I'll throw that away and I'll get another slice. I skinned it, and then I just cooked it just like that with a bit of salt and pepper in a foil tray on the barbecue, because Kieran goes, don't cook it under barbecue because it'll make everything else thing. I said, it doesn't even smell like cod. The meat, carp, doesn't even smell like carp, the meat. No lemon, just salt and pepper. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Beautiful. A few bones, but when you want to eat, if you want to eat flathead, you got to get through all the bones. It's no different to carp. Except carp I got heaps more. But it was nice. And it was cooked just in a foil tray, no butter, no nothing. Just straight in the foil tray on the barbecue. Bit of salt, bit of white pepper, done. Imagine that and friggin' panko crumbs. Nice. Chats are flying. Asians love them, yeah. Not just Asians, there's bloody everything down here eats them. I don't know what they would be, but like Sudanese, Muslims, a lot of people used to go down to the res with dough and they'd just try and catch carp. I actually give them 2 carp. I think it was 2 carp last time I went fishing there. When it was up, they took it. Then I got that 74 centimetre one on the weekend, and he got a smack on the head with our recovery shovel, and I chucked him in the water and let the shrimp have at it. Only because I had the cod already, so if I didn't have the cod I probably would have filleted it and ate it, but it would have been me only. Is any water in that? Yeah, from the rain, no. No, still bone dry. Oh, that's a shame. What's going on? Almost home, just talking about my camping trip. You're probably, are we friends with Facey? Probably not. There's a few posts up on the weekend. Cod fishing. Speaking of cod, I've got a nice rod behind me that'll go well flicking some lures for one of those. Savage gear. Nice. I ate it for the first time last night. Oh my god. I cooked it 3 ways. Well, the same way, but 3. So skinned, pan fried in butter. Oh, like chicken. Like nothing, basically, but pretty good. In actual butter, not margarine, in the fry pan on the gas stove. Just salt and pepper, no skin. I cooked the fin flaps, I suppose you call it, when you, from the gills, when you gut them, the 2 wings, you know, the pectoral. Cod have got 2 sets. They were nice. Cooked them just like that. Semi-bland taste. I reckon the stomach flaps are probably, they're sort of like a bit fatty. The shoulder pieces, they were mint. So I cooked two pieces without skin. Fried them, just salt and pepper. Then 2 pieces with the skin, or 3 pieces with the skin on, and then peeled them later after the skin went crispy and I could peel it straight off. And then I panko breadcrumbs, is it panko? Panko breadcrumbs. The shoulder fillets, or you know, the front of the fish. I cut them into 3 portion sizes per fillet. And the breadcrumb pieces, oh, yummy. How many kilo of fish was it? Well, it was 55 centimetres. Just legal. How many kilos? Probably 2. Just legal, 55 centimetre. So large fillet though. The biggest one I got was 78. That was 3 cent. So the fish before, the 2 fish before the legal fish, the first one was 3 centimetres undersized, and the biggest one was 3 centimetres oversized. 78 centimetre. That was a big bloody fish. It could nearly fit my head in its friggin' mouth. I got cod finger. There's 5 bloody Murray short-necked turtles I caught too. The biggest one was probably that big. Yeah, one fillet was, you know, probably that big. It's more than the feed, but I ended up with the panko breadcrumb portion size and one skin on fillet, because I was eating as I was going, and Kieran had one of the breadcrumb, the crumbs piece and skin off piece. She had half of both of them, and then I ended up eating the rest. None of the kids would try it, so basically I ate 3/4 of a fish. It's normally how it goes. I normally eat the majority of the fish we catch, except for I think Kieran ate a redfin. I think she ate the whole redfin and a little bit of the rainbow trout. One of the kids tried the redfin, I think. Can't remember now. But yeah, so you anywhere near rednecks? No. After a storm for flowing. Where we were was basically crystal clear. If you filled up a bucket, it was only like a slight tinge. You could see the trees that were down in the water without the sun. Well, when the sun was up, you could see the trees. You could see the shadow under the tree hitting the bottom of the river, basically. But you couldn't see 6 foot from the, well, it wasn't a bank, we were camping on a beach, so you couldn't see 6 foot into the river, because that's where this sort of it's changed from sand to sandy dirt or mud. But I could walk 4 steps out and it'd be up to my neck. I had to swim across the bloody river to get me lure off one of the logs, because I was flicking lures while the sun was coming up and I couldn't see it in the air, but apparently I casted it straight into a bloody log and Ariana wouldn't go over to get it because she said, I'll go and get it. She goes, I can't, it's too deep or something. And this was before she'd get on the bloody kayak. So I had to swim across to get it, but it was only 15 metres from where I was standing when I was casting across there. But if I take 4.5 steps, so 4.5 metres into the bloody river, it'll be up over my head. And so, oh well, off I go. I just stayed on my back, I suppose, and I wasn't in a rush to get it. I was just cruising across, and my hand hit that tree. Well, it would have been 3 metres before I got to the lure, and it was that far under the water you couldn't even see it. Well, we couldn't see it because I wasn't facing it while I was swimming across there, but anyway, got it back. Got some reviews to do on some reels that I've got, rods. So she's going to be a fishing channel again, but hopefully better. I don't know if I rename and delete the videos or just rename and just go. I don't know. We'll start a new one if I can on this actual account, but I don't think I can. And some gear I've bought too that's rather cheap. Actually cheap, but I'll let you know how they go. I've been using them for the last couple of days, most of it. One reel I'm very, very impressed with. It is a name brand reel. You can get it basically $50 cheaper where I got it than if you go to BCF and buy it. And I think they've gone up $8 since I bought mine, so which is still cheaper than the tackle shop. I suppose if you want to get it right now, then that's what you got to do. Oh, the kayak's still in the car. I've got to get that off too. Never been on the Murray. I haven't been on the Murray either. Oh, actually I lie, I have. We fished there for probably 2 hours at Barmer though, not anywhere else. Was at Barmer. I haven't been anywhere on the Murray apart from Barmer itself. So there's the kayak. I'm home. My savage gear. Oh yeah, that'll flick the lures I want to flick with it. Yeah, guys, I've got to go. I'm at home. Go home and get these friggin' work clothes off. See what else is happening. Right.